Athens and Rome to Washington, D.C. To understand why our government is based on lessons from Rome and Greece, we need to travel back in time to colonial America of the 1700s. To be well educated at that time meant to study Latin, the language of Rome, and Greek, the language of ancient Greece. In fact, young students in colonial schools studied those languages just like students today study Spanish or French. They also studied Greek and Roman history and philosophy, and read great stories written by Greek and Roman authors. College was very different then as well. Rather than studying for a specific career the way we often think of education after high school today, college was designed to make you think deeply about many things and prepare you for leadership. There were no electives or specialty classes. Also, as opposed to today, very few students went to college. In order to even apply to the best colleges, students had to be able to speak and read Latin and Greek. Once they did get into college, about half of their time was spent studying the languages, history, and philosophy of Greece and Rome. It may be strange to think about, but the founding fathers of our country had heroes just like we do. They looked up to great Roman leaders and philosophers who fought to protect Rome from destruction. These Roman leaders were people like Brutus, Cato, and Cicero, who was perhaps their favorite. John Adams, our second president, said this of Cicero: "All of the ages of the world have not produced a greater statesman and philosopher united than Cicero." So now that we understand why Rome and Greece were so important to our founding fathers, let's take a look at how they influence the way our government still runs today. We think of the United States as being a democracy, and that is true because all citizens can vote. The technical name for our government, though, is a federal constitutional republic. A federal government is one in which power is broken up between a national government and smaller governments, in our case, the states. A constitutional government is one that has to follow certain rules that are usually written down. Finally, a republic is a government where people vote for elected officials to represent them.